Welcome to Adobe Photoshop CC. This is an introduction to the free transform tool. So I'm in Photoshop here and I have this image which is currently turned off of this hand. It's quite large. It's too large for this image here. So I need to essentially scale it down. Now I can use what's called the free transform to do this. It's under the edit menu and you can go down to transform, and here are all your options. You have scale, rotate, skew, distort, perspective, warp. You can rotate 180 degrees clockwise. You can flip horizontal, flip vertical. So you have all these options here under the transform option, but you have all those options under the Control T, which is free transform, or Command T on a Mac, which has a hotkey. So I'm going to do that just by hitting Control T again, or Command T on a Mac, and essentially now I can free transform this. Now unfortunately I was on the wrong layer, so I'm going to cancel out there and make sure I have the correct layer selected, and then again hit Control T or Command T on the Mac. Now right now the image is quite large, so I'm going to zoom out here by hitting Control minus a couple times or Command minus on the Mac, and you can see here how large this image is. And what I want to do is essentially grab the corner here and scale down. Now if I hold the shift key while doing this, I scale proportionally as I drag inwards, so I won't get any kind of distortion whatsoever. Let me go ahead and zoom in a little bit by hitting Control plus or Command plus on the Mac. And now you can see here as I grab it, I can move it around here. I've got this hand here. Now there's a target area here in the center for the free transform. You can grab any of these edges here and that will essentially distort the image. So if I grab this, I'm squishing it. If I grab this, I'm kind of squashing it down horizontally or vertically. And then if I grab a corner, I can do all that as one unit essentially and create a huge mess. Now if I lock the options up here by clicking on this little lock symbol here, essentially the height and the width will remain consistent. So by having that locked, I can type in whatever percentage I want here and have that. You'll notice as I move my cursor out to the ends of the free transform, you get this little curved arch and you can basically rotate. Notice that it's rotating around that center point here. I can move the center point by selecting it and dragging it to a new location and then rotate, and now it's rotating around that little cursor area there. You can also reposition it anywhere you want by holding down the Alt or Option key and clicking anywhere in here while you're doing the free transform. So instead of trying to grab it and drag it over, you can simply hit Alt or Option on the Mac to do that. Okay, let's see what else. We are going to talk a little bit about the type of interpolation you want. You want this set to the bicubic is the best for anything photographic basically, or gradients. You basically choose this option here. There are three commands here. There is the warp, there's the cancel, and then there's the accept. So if I like this transformation, I can commit and click on this. I can also hit the enter or return key. If I want to escape out and cancel, I can hit the escape key. I'm going to go ahead and hit the enter or return key to accept my transformation. And you'll notice here that I have a white background for this hand here. I essentially want to get rid of that. I could change the blend mode to say multiply and I would get rid of it, but the hand would be hardly visible. You can see here that I lose some of that extra detail that I have there. So I'm going to switch it back to normal, and instead what I'm going to do is mask it out. So I can use my magic wand tool and click outside the hand, and you'll notice the marching ants are sort of filling everywhere. If I hit the Q key, you'll see what has been selected essentially. And since I've selected the background, not the hand, I want to hold Alt or Option on the square to mask it out. Now I can place the hand wherever I want, and I'm thinking off to the side here might be kind of cool. Now the free transform does have the ability to warp and do other things. We're going to investigate that in the future tutorials, but this is the basic introduction to the free transform palette. panel. I will mention that if you want to flip horizontal or flip vertical or rotate, you can do that on the fly very easily. I will go through those just real quick. If you just right click, you have those same options. So if I want to rotate 180 degrees or flip vertically, I can do that. Or I can flip horizontally and end up back to where I was along here. So that's it for the introduction to the free transform palette. In the next tutorial, we'll get into additional transformations. Until next time in Adobe Photoshop CC. See you later. Cheers.